Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, warm greetings, and sustainable regards to all of us. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, fellow change maker. Allow me to begin by expressing my deepest gratitude for the opportunity to stand before you today. I'm Tiara Maulidina, honored to serve as a youth environmental ambassador. And I'm here not just on behalf of myself, but on behalf of my generation. A generation that is not only inheriting the earth, but also inheriting all the challenges that come with it. We are growing up in a world full of contradiction. On the one hand, we have more access to knowledge and technology than any generation before us. On the other hand, we are faced with escalating environmental crises, climate change, biodiversity loss, natural disasters, pollution, and resource depletion. Every year, we witness more floods in our cities, more droughts in our villages. We see rivers that once flowed clearly, now murky with weeds. We feel the rising temperatures, the shifting seasons, and the unpredictability of nature. These are not abstract traits. These are real, tangible experiences that affect our homes, our school, and our communities. And yet, amid these growing threats, there is hope. That hope lies in science, in collaboration, and in the power of young people who dare to act. Today, I invite you to look closely at one particular field of science, often underestimated yet immensely powerful. A science that gives us the tools to understand our planet from the inside out. A science called geophysics. What exactly is geophysics? Geophysics is the science that studies in the earth using the laws and methods of physics, such as wave, gravity, magnetism, and heat. But more than that, geophysics is how we listen to the earth. It is how we detect, map, and analyze what lies beneath the surface. It is how we learn to read the sign before the storm and to act before disaster strikes. Using geophysical methods, scientists and researchers around the world can monitor tectonic movement, the signal the risk of earthquakes or volcanic eruption, map underground water, searches in drought-prone regions, detect the early signs of landslides and ground instability, identify geothermal energy sources for sustainable power, and last, can track environmental degradation caused by mining or deforestation. And it is thanks to geophysics that we have early warning system for tsunamis, that we can assess which areas are safe for contractions and which are disaster prone, that we can plan cities with resilience in mind. But geophysics is not just about science, it's about safety, it's about sustainability, and it's about survival of future generations. Now, let's connect this to the environment because the two are inseparable. When forests are cut down, when coastlines erode, and when air and water are polluted, geophysics gives us the data to understand the how, the why, and the most importantly, the what next. Let me give you a few real world examples. In mountainous areas of Indonesia, geophysicists use ground penetrating radar or GPR and resistivity surveys to monitor soil saturation. When rainfall increases, they can predict landslides before they happen and help evacuate communities in time. In karst regions, geophysical imaging helps map underground cave and aquifers, protecting local water sources and preventing sinkholes. On the coast, geophysical sensors track the effect of climate change, like rising sea levels, saltwater intrusions, and coral reef degradation. These findings shape our conservation strategies. Even in urban areas, geophysics contributes to greener cities, from identifying underground fault for safe contraction to locating subsurface pollution for urban planning. The message is clear. Geophysics is not a luxury, it is a necessity. It helps bridge the gap between nature and policy, between disaster and resilience, and between damage and restoration. Dear friends, we, as the youth of this era, hold tremendous potential, but potential means little without direction. Too often we are seen only as consumer of information, but in truth, we are capable of so much more. We can be learners, innovators, educators, and most importantly, leaders. In the realm of geophysics and environmental action, our roles can be as students, diving into earth science, learning how our planet works from within, as communicators, simplifying complex data into message to the public and so can understand, as activists pushing for science-based policies and better disaster preparedness, as creators developing digital tools, maps, apps, or simulation for environmental monitoring, can also as collaborators bringing science, community, or culture together in one mission. Let's use social media not just to follow trends, but to spread awareness. Let's use our voice not only to criticize, but to contribute. Because science without people is silence, and people without science are blind. I imagine a future where communities can understand the land they live on and prepare accordingly. School teach children how to read hazard maps and understand disaster risks. Scientists, local leaders, and young people work hand in hand to protect our environment. Policies are grounded in data, not just political will. Natural resources are used wisely without endangering future generations. This is not a utopia. This is possible, and the first step is believing that it matters. The second step is learning. The third is acting, and the fourth is never giving up, no matter how small our action may feel. So, today I don't bring all the solutions, but I bring with me a call to listen to the earth, to learn from science, to lead with compassion, and to live with purpose. Let's make geophysics a tool that everyone understands, not just scientists. Let's make science the heart of every environmental movement. And let's make sure that when history looks back at our generations, it will say, they didn't wait, they acted. Because the earth is not just our home, it is our responsibility, and the time to protect it is now. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Sustainable greetings to all.